last meeting.
Motion to approve
Mr.
minutes.
Savage, motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Curry, second. Any discussion on those? All in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed? I think so. Okay, the only agenda item we have is revisit commissioner pay. Ms. Jones, currently, a year or two ago, we basically voted to change the way the commission was paid as reflected, that tracks with the, dividing the county executive salary by 21, and then a penalty for every meeting you miss. That's where it currently is. I think Ms. Jones has found some information basically saying that we can't have that penalty payment. But if you could explain it better,
Okay, so I sent an email and I sent the copies around. If you don't have a copy, and want one, there should be extra here. I sent it to Melissa Kelton at CTAS, who's our representative at CTAS, and I asked her about the method of payment that we had agreed upon. And she, as you all know, there is a penalty if you don't attend the meeting. So I'm gonna read the paragraph that actually applies. It says, "There is no option for paying a salary and then reducing the salary for missed meetings. If they want to incentivize attendance, they can either pay per meeting, option one, or pay a lower salary and then add an additional per diem for meeting attendance." One other thing, the way that we had stated it was to be, the salary for the commissioners was to be indexed according to the county executive. And this paragraph says also there can be no automatic increases. So if they are basing the salary on the mayor's salary or the county executive, as we decided down here, the amount would be whatever the mayor's salary is at the time the resolution is passed and would take effect for the next election term, which is in this case would be 26 through 30. So it has to be whatever it is at the time, at first of the next term. So it can't be indexed each year.
At the time the resolution is passed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
Yes,
that
that's
would
right.
be from,
Yeah. Well, it depends on when it's passed.
April 24th.
yeah.
Well, except that the way that, we have to redo it if we want to comply with the state TCA.
Okay.
So it won't date back to April, it will date to, if and when a new system comes up.
So do you have a motion?
You know, I motion, this is kind of hard for me to make a motion, because originally I thought it should stay as is. But if we're gonna keep indexing it to the county executive, then we at least have to take out the penalty clause, and we have to make it clear that it's indexed to whatever time it's approved, and to the mayor's salary, whatever time it's, at whatever meeting it's approved. So that's the minimum. But I'm always in the minority, so I just wanted to make TCA.
Mr. Jones?
Kevin, I don't know that we would need a motion to make something legal. If it's TCA and the state says this is illegal, I think what we need to do is just make notice. Would that not be right?
I think we need a motion, because it's changing the resolution.
Well, it's kind of like we're thumbing our nose at TCA if we don't actually make a motion to change it. And maybe, we just need to be really clear. And I hate for the next commission to have to rehash all this.
Well, now,
Go ahead.
yeah, I wasn't, if you look back at when was it, 24?
April 24th.
I voted against the way it's gonna be done, but that's passed. So for today, did you make a motion, Hill, to remove that language?
Remove section
I
2,
did,
the
yeah.
penalty?
Remove section 2?
I think that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
And also to, address the line about, when that it is indexed according to the mayor's salary
is that,
at the date it's approved.
the only raise you'll get is each 4 years.
You know,
Is that right?
Well,
If it's based on, sorry,
Please.
if it's based on when the resolution is passed, then it doesn't change until somebody passes a new resolution.
Right.
So like 8 years from now, say we pass this in March, 8 years from now, a commissioner's salary is still gonna be based on what Graham made in March of 2026. That's the way I read it.
That's not how
That's what
our
he says.
resolution reads. Our
Right.
resolution says Commissioner Court will automatically index on by the county executive's adjusted salary on July first of each year.
But what we're talking about is what Gail got from
Over here.
CTAS says
It
is
would-
based on the resolution.
It said it would not automatically increase if the mayor's salary increases. So you're saying it can't.
Yeah, it would be based on what the salary is when we pass the
It
resolution.
would not automatically do it, but if we put it in our resolution for it to do it, it wouldn't happen. In my opinion. I don't
Unless
think,
that's
I don't
against
think,
their code.
I mean, yeah, Melissa Kelton's been very helpful, but she goes off the information she's provided. She always qualifies it to say county attorney should weigh in. I don't know where he stands. Mr. Jones?
I may need to read a little more, but from what I have read, but we're talking 2 years, I think if it starts in September of 26, I think when we come back around and say whoever the mayor is, if they get a raise and then start in 27, I think the way the law, not this, I think the way the law reads, I don't think a commissioner can get a raise each year. I think it's when the.
That's what that says.
That's what,
Mr. Beth?
yeah, that kind of what Terry's saying, he is saying, the way I'm saying is, whenever you get into office, whatever the pay is at that time, it would stay for 4 years, and then after 4 years, whatever increases would happen, then it sounds like, then you go to kind of what David's saying. That's how I'm reading this.
I'm fine either way. We just need to be definite.
I think we'll take another resolution to increase.
It says it won't automatically.
Like David said, if we go ahead and fix it now, we have to approve it.
Right. Well, I make a motion that we, take out the offending language and, that we would, index it to the county attorney, county executive's, salary, at the time that the resolution passes.
Right. To remove section 2, in other words.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's section two.
And change that.
But then,
Otherwise known as the penalty payment for missing meetings.
but then that would require, like Ms. Aaron said, each.
That wouldn't require anything. It's just,
You said that it would be at the time of it.
it would go into effect at the next, for the next commission.
Right.
And that's pretty evident.
What I'm saying, you said it was based on the current, at his current.
It would have to
when it was
be.
passed.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if you leave like it was, that's what they said about what ago, then, would you have to come back with another resolution?
No, read this.
And 8 years later?
Okay.
I
If you
didn't
want
read it.
to,
I think
but-
we said it for 4 years.
Right here. Just take time. Y'all just take time to look at it.
Mr. Wamble, would you like to
I'd like to
amend
make a motion to take out section 3,
in addition to section 2?
in addition to section 2. And what that will do is, what the pay rate is set at, it will remain that way for the entire 4-year term.
What if it's amended to, will automatically index not each year, but every 4 years, or in July 1st? I don't know, maybe there's a way to, but I don't wanna put words in your mouth.
Well, I did,
Mr. Jones?
We're doing legislative.
No, I was on last week.
We appreciate all the help.
You can't go second meeting again.
We appreciate all the help.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Current motion is to remove section 2. Is there any amendments to that motion? Or Gail, would you like to amend your own motion?
That looks good.
you know, I like removing that and, it's just,
You need to
we,
address section 3.
in section 3, we just said, it has to come out.
All right, we had Mr. Brown, Ms. Guthrie, and then Mr. Adams.
I was seconding her motion.
Okay,
So section 3 comes out and section 2.
taking out section 3 also.
You have to comply with TCA. Because this says indexes every year. You can't do that.
So the original motion was 2 and 3, you update the second.
All right, wait, Ms. Guthrie.
I was gonna say, I'll second it, I was gonna say it looks like section 3 needs to come out as well.
Okay. Mr. Adams.
I think section 2 and 3, both need to be taken out. You know, if you don't attend the meetings, the people's gonna take you out the next election year anyway. It takes them 4 years to do it.
And that was Terry's
People
thought.
might not realize it, but the county looks at where you go, cause I get asked, well, hey, you got a meeting today? I know you have, but there's no ready.
Mr. Wilbur.
It's a
Two
county.
and 3 both are took out, and then in 4 years, you may wanna adjust it. but
Yep.
They done got 4 pay raises, all you clerks and everything, you automatically get raises every year.
Mr. Wilbur.
Change the commissioner thing.
Is the county
And I
executive,
think, since you've got your pay up just a little bit, one gentleman said a while ago, you know, about, maybe commissioners shouldn't be getting paid. I don't know what he does, but if he works, I guarantee you, he wouldn't go if he wasn't getting paid. I don't think he would, I know I wouldn't. When I was working 40 hours a week or 60 hours a week, I expected to get a paycheck when the time was over. It ain't much pay being a commissioner to start with.
Mr. Wilbur and Mr. Wong.
is the executive pay scale done 4 years or do it increments of a year?
It's every year.
So that's,
I know the state sets the pay, but I didn't know if they set it for a term or a year.
I feel like it's been every year, but there's been some increase.
It's state mandated, because the county executive pay is based off the population size, and it's indexed with an automatic 3% raise every single year.
I
That's
didn't,
by
I
state
think it
law.
was 4 years, but I'm thinking.
Mr. Wong.
If I were on this committee, I would say that we do need to, put in here that this rate will be in place for 4 years. We do need to make a note of how long this rate will be in place for. It looks, by Mr. Kelton, it looks like the rate we set should be in place for 4 years. So I think that should be stated on the resolution.
Could we put in there, it will go through that term, that'd be the same thing.
Just left section 3 and said this rate will be adjusted every 4 years, or will be in place for 4 years.
We can put it. You can put in section 4 where it says that all orders and resolutions in conflict herewith be and the same are hereby repealed after this resolution shall take effect on 1st of September 2026, and say, and shall be in effect for
The 4-year term.
4-year term.
Every official will be responsible for helping their,
Other than next.
Or not.
or, yeah, if not, I'm just saying, that would be a, their
Really,
prerogative.
we don't have to put that in there because
I don't see anybody else that has to handle it. My opinion on this, y'all, I've said it a couple times. I like the penalty because we all know there are certain commissioners that don't show up to all the meetings. And then they show up to the big, full court uninformed about what happened in the committee. And it's a little tedious to have to catch them up, but also I think the penalty not only incentivizes participation by the commissioners, it will ultimately save the taxpayers, they will be paying us less if when we miss a meeting, we get less money, right? You'd have to allocate less money for the commissioners. I liked it, I thought it was a conservative thing to do, but, if you're saying that TCA is, Melissa Kelton, based on your inquiry, is saying we can't do that. I understand y'all's reasoning on the motion. Mr. Reed.
Yes, I guess, question. Gail had mentioned at the end of the meeting, the commissioners meeting, just go back to paying the way we used to do, paying for the meetings. Can we not do that? Cause I think she had a valid point, cause I added up how many committees we had, and if you had to pay back 40, if we all met in 1 month, and you were sick for a whole month, you'd have to pay $140 back to the county in order to keep your job. So, but could we not put that in where we leave the pay just like that and just divide the county executive's pay by 21 and then divide that up by, in $40 increments. In other words, your pay your pay's gonna be, say it's $4,000 for a month, then you, have to, I forgot what's that. But anyway, you could fix it just like we're doing, except, you put it on a salary, and you divide the salary up into, your meeting, so you're getting more money per meeting. Hey, straighten my head up.
No, thank you. Mr. Jones? Mr. Jones.
You know, I was wanted actually 2 years ago, put in that section 2, because I wanted the meat in there, I wanted something more to hold you accountable. But since she's found this, then I have to go with it, because that's what the TCA code says, so let's deal with one thing. Now, if somebody wants to make another resolution, let's go to that. But let me also remind you of this right here. Before this term, Mr. Jackson come to every meeting that he could. His pay was around $3,800
A year.
For a year. Now, we have actually cut back on and combined and done some different structure, so I don't know what, I think we're down about $1,000 somewhere in that ballpark on total meetings per year already. So for anybody to say we need to take another cut, I don't know if we take much more of a cut, no. That's just, I just wanna throw it out there just for knowledge.
Gail and then Rick.
We could go back and we could argue that it needs to stay the same, but I've been, that was my opinion, that we should just keep it as is, but I was in the minority, and I think I'll continue to be in the minority, and I think it would just be, probably just to save some time, go ahead and approve it with, as we had just discussed. And, I don't even think I'd put it I think I would just leave it like this, not say in 4 years it will be indexed, just let the next commission decide. Because as we know, we can't tie the hands of the next commission, they might throw it out or, decide something altogether, maybe they want to be, commissioners, work for free, but I'll tell you this, anybody that thinks you're getting overpaid, if you count how many times you think about commission business, well, in the middle of the night, so
But Gail, just for clarification,
If you're responsive to what she just said, go ahead.
just for clarification, your motion is to remove section 2, and section 3, and to add the wording to section 4 that this pay rate will stay in effect for 4 years.
we can do that, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Carpenter,
Let's see if Carmen's good with it.
Repeat it, please.
we're gonna remove
Did you say
sections
something
2 and
we just said
3,
earlier? Yep.
but add to section 4 that the pay rate stays in place for 4 years. So as not to say that it either updates at a certain time or anything like that.
Just-
Let
we're
future
setting
commissions
what-
deal with
what we're
future.
doing.
Mr. Carpenter and then Mr. Wilson.
Just a comment,
Yeah,
not pay raise, pay schedule.
pay schedule, okay. I like it. Yes, sir.
We're not in this for the money, that's for sure. I mean, I didn't get put in a higher tax bracket. But, if you remember, the commissioners were getting paid so much per meeting. Then they decided when like today, we got 3 meetings, you get $40. You don't get $120.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Per
we did?
meeting.
Yeah.
We got $40 for that 2-hour meeting and $40 for the 5-minute meeting, there you go.
That's fair, that's government for you.
Something to also keep in mind, those of us who
I was just there.
who have day jobs are losing money by being here.
Amen.
That's why I asked somebody to stick around and just kind of give a reference of how much. I actually am in a situation where I'm semi-retired, and during the daytime meetings, now I don't, now I'll miss a meeting, if I'm got an obligation somewhere else, but people know me, know I rarely would, but we do have people here that do miss their job to come to these $40 meetings, if we wanna talk about the money side of it. That's why I'm mentioning the $40. I don't know if I read it, but I think you acknowledged it.
You are acknowledged.
Now I'm done.
Okay, Mr. Savage.
I just want to say, obviously, it's not about the money, because, I mean, even if you double the salary, it still sucks. I mean, that's just the truth. I mean, I lose probably $10,000 to $15,000 a year, counting in what I make here to do it, but it's not about the money. But if you want to have a commission that's not only retired people, you at least have to pay something. It doesn't have to be good, but you at least have to pay a little bit of something. And a lot of people complain that there's only retired people on the commission. That's part of the reason why. It's because you lose money having to come to do this.
Mr. Jones, we got a motion and second, remember.
We actually, if you remember, when this come up, it was early and we wanted to get this out before the, this election time, this election period come up, hoping this would incentivize more people. And like Caleb said, and I'll say, it's still, if you're not in, nobody here at this time, nobody's in it for the money. Everybody here can pick up cans, make more money, we make here, trust on that. But like Caleb said, if you double the money, I don't know if we'd still have very many more people to just say, you know, I don't know if I want food. So I salute the ones that have put their names in, that's wanting to take on this challenge. But I resent anybody that wants to say, you ought to do it for free or whatever, because, good Lord, pay for David's sandwich and his gas all the way from Campbellsville. You know, right there.
Any further comment, discussion on the motion?
I was gonna say one other thing, just for people who don't know, because there may be some people who don't know. I believe whenever they put out the Excel spreadsheet that had what everyone made on it, almost everyone was between 2,400 and 2,800 for the entire year, if I remember right.
Yeah. That's why I wrote it. That's why I brought it. Stoney was 38 his last year.
All right. Any public comment before we go to a vote? And again, the vote is to remove sections 2 and 3 and to add to the last sentence that this pay or compensation schedule, pay schedule shall be in effect for 4 years. Okay, everybody clear on the changes we're making? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, unanimous.
Move to adjourn the meeting.
I ain't heard none of this lady all weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have
3 minutes too quick.
any other,
Unfinished old business?
Yes.
No, new business or something. Guys, I'm just calling this attention, this is legislative. There's a new Senate bill put out by Joey Hensley, and I'm not picking on Joey Hensley. And there's a House bill that we really need to watch and keep a close watch on. It's about property tax. And according to this, what they're proposing is, instead of the county appraising your property, they're going to go with your last bank appraisal or purchase price, and then doing 25% of that. Okay, we all think it's a great idea, except you do understand, I did just for the fun of it, because I'm an agent. Someone recently bought a $106,000 house. Think about what that would look like and what it is worth. The county appraised it at $31,300. So their county taxes were $189 a year. It sold for $106,000. So their new county taxes will be $610 a year. Understand what a house sells for and what the county says it's worth are two different things. I sell houses every day, and every day I get told, well, mine's worth more than what that says, and the buyer says, well, the county says it's only worth this, I only wanna give that. Folks, we need to watch this. Oh, it's gonna be great kudos for Giles County, cause we're, instead of getting $100, we're gonna get $600. Problem is, our people that live in Giles County can't afford that. They can't afford to buy, if all you're buying is $106,000 house, and I'm not insulting anybody, but a normal 3-bedroom, 2-bath home right now will go for $259,000.
In other words, current valuations according to the tax assessor are way undervalued in Giles
Yes.
County, and this bill would have the effect of reflecting the last sales price or the last appraisal, which would make most people's jump.
And
Notable.
people don't realize, when you get a HELOC, a home equity loan, or you use house 1 to buy house 2, they evaluate that, they do an appraisal on house 1, that house 1's price is gonna go up if this passes. Because now the bank is saying your house is worth, even if, okay, I'll be out, real out there, I pay, our house cost 44, actually it cost 32,000, but we had a $44,000 mortgage on it. If it gets appraised today, it's gonna appraise for over 200. I like paying for a $44,000 house, guys. I don't wanna have to pay for a 200,000. So, we need to really watch this. This is gonna hurt the community. It's gonna help our tax bill and our money, but it's gonna hurt our community.
Anything else?
Joey Hensley did.
Well, we wouldn't need a witness.
He's sponsored.
Well, I'm gonna give him a call.
Ms. Jones?
Y'all know that we have, or maybe you don't know, we have recording equipment here. And we could record our meetings, and then there would be a whole lot less, discussion over our minutes, because we could go back. Of course, I know we have a volunteer recording our meetings, but we have the equipment. And maybe some of the new commissioners don't know that, but we got it, last term, I think. And,
But you mentioned we need some speakers, you think?
oh, we need some
Courthouse?
speakers in the courthouse, yeah, you know,
So
they
that the
were,
public
they
can
were
hear?
well, so, because they were rattling, and they're like 10 years old probably. I was talking to somebody who knows more than I do about speakers, and he said it wouldn't cost more than $300, but I don't know that legislators where we need to bring that up. But I just wanted to let y'all know, we do have recording equipment, and if we had the willpower to record these committee meetings, which I think we should do, but think about it.
Can we get away from look down?
I'll check.
Any further business before we adjourn? Is there a motion to adjourn? Ms. Guthrie, seconded by Mr. Savage. All in favor, please say aye.
I put on record, she didn't say nothing during the whole meeting.